Welcome to this 7th video in the series Getting You Started Creating Your Own 3D Animations in Blender. This video is about 3-point lighting and how you can animate the properties of lighting in your scenes in Blender. So by the end of this video you'll have created this scene with a monkey on a weird pedestal with some animated lighting and talked through how to create 3-point lighting to create a sense of depth and perspective in your scenes. So if we start from the default scene in Blender, turn this cube into something that looks like that Voronoi texture. So on the Materials tab, the base color can be that Voronoi texture, which we won't see until we go on Material mode. Then on top of this, we'll add a monkey, GZ to move it up, Control and 2 and right click and shade smooth, and just rotate it around the Z-axis until it's looking towards the camera. So let's quickly add some materials to make it look slightly more monkey-like. If we're going to put some lighting on it, it makes sense to have it worth lighting. Add a new material. This is going to be the brown monkey skin. So let's make a dark orange, otherwise known as brown, for most of the skin. Go into edit mode, zoom in so we can see just eyes, A twice to select nothing, 3 for face mode, and C for circle select, and then escape to stop circle select. Let's add a new material slot, add a new material to that slot, and this is the sclera, the white part of the eye. Then we can press I to inset for the iris. I'm going to have a blue section of the eye for this monkey. Eye blue, then blue, and assign that. I'm going to grab it down a little bit so it's not as creepy if it's dead center of the eye. Eye to insert again for the iris, sorry, the pupil. That's the black part of the eye. And assign that. Okay, and then let's select nothing, circle select, circle's too big and I don't have a mouse wheel to be able to scroll to change the size of that circle, so I'll zoom in instead. Why can't I select? Press 3 and try again. There we go. It's just shift and click to get all of these. That'll do. And I think there's 2 faces in here that you can't really see in this mode, but if you're in wireframe mode, you should be able to see them. Let's make one more material, which is going to be soft skin, which will be a pink color. Assign that, great, Z and 2. Nice. We'll use that soft skin for the inside of the ear. So I'm not going to select all of these, I'm just going to get the 3 in the middle on both sides, holding down Shift, and then pressing F3 and searching for more. It will expand the selection all the way around the edge. Great, that'll do. So we've got the monkey on a pedestal. Let's go back into object mode and add a ground plane so that if we've got any lighting, the lighting will create shadows, but at the moment we won't see the shadows because there's nothing for the shadows to fall on. So Shift and A, add a plane, scale it up, and then grab it down, holding down Control so it locks to the grid coordinates. Nice. And then we want shadows on the back as well, so it'd be nice to have a wall, not all the way around the edge, but just on these 2 sides. So into edit mode with the ground plane, 2 to get edge selected, and then Shift and click to get those 2 edges. Zoom out. E to extrude, Z to pull up, and then stop editing. There we go. So that's going to be our scene. You can see we've got some shadows at the moment, but the lighting does not look very nice at all. Let's go into rendered mode. It looks slightly better, but let's get rid of the default lighting. It's X to delete. And you can see we've still got some lighting here, and that's from the world. The world is a kind of grey light. I'm going to turn the strength of that grey light right down so that we can't see anything. If we then take a look at an explanation of 3-point lighting on YouTube, you'll see, I mean, you don't have to stick to these rules, you can do whatever you like, but by convention, it looks great with 3-point lighting. You've got your most important light, the key light in front. You've got a light that illuminates half of your subject, a fill light to one side, and then you've got something that creates a sense of depth and intrigue, the backlight from behind your subject. So if we start with, I'm just going to turn this up a little bit so we can see what's going on. If we start with the fill light, the side light, Shift A to add a light and a point, GZ to move it up. You can see it begin to illuminate our scene, and I think it's useful to go into quad view here, Control Alt and Q, so that from the top view you can move it to one side, and then in a 3D view over here, let's look through our camera. The camera, I think, needs to look up a little bit, so I'll press Shift on the back tick, that's the button to the left of 1. There we go. Right, so we want this light to be over to the side, so that no, I don't really want it in the let's turn the brightness of the light up from 10 watts to maybe a kilowatt. Okay, so we get a really sharp shadow around the edge. That will become softer if we increase the radius of the area of the light that's affected by ray tracing. So maybe 2, something like that. So we want it ideally positioned so that half of the face is in light and half is in darkness. So that's reasonable. Then let's duplicate that. Oh, in fact, I'm going to create a new collection for lighting, 3-point lighting. And let's drag these lights in. Come on. Oh no, that did work. Let's just remind ourselves what they're all called. I think it's the key light is the one at the front. That's the one that we haven't made yet. The one that we have made is the fill light over to the side. Yeah, good. So that's our fill light. Duplicate that in front of the monkey. And this one should be brighter. I'm going to go twice as bright, 2 kilowatts. And to add some warmth, I'm going to change the color ever so slightly. And you can do that for each light. You don't want to go, I mean, you can do whatever you like, but just fairly subtle pastel tones, depending on the mood that you want to create in your scene. So this is the key light. You can change the height and the position to affect where the shadows go. I'm just going to expand this to give us a little bit more space to play with. There we go. And then I want a light behind it. So I'll take the point light, Shift D and duplicate it so it goes behind. It's too bright at the moment. It's taking over the backlight. I'm going to have that half as bright again. So each time we're doubling the intensity. The backlight, I've got 500 watts. The fill light to the side was a kilowatt. And then we double that again for the most important one, the fill light. You can be more interesting with your colours for the backlight. I'm going to pop that down here. And there we go. That's the basic kind of 3-point lighting. Go out of quad view. And we've got a sense of depth. We can see some shadows. We can see some highlights. Excellent. So the last part of this video, we're going to add some spots and animate those spots. So Shift A, let's add a spotlight, grab it up, and you can see a very dim spotlight on the top of the monkey's head. Let's make it 5 kilowatts. Grab it up above the scene. And you can change how soft the edge of that light is. And then you can press Shift and T to target that spotlight, and I'm going to animate it as it moves around and also change the color as it moves around. So at the beginning of the animation, I want this spot to be switched off. I'll press I over here to insert a keyframe and I to remember its position. Move along the timeline a little bit, and we'll fade it in to 5,000 kilowatts and press I to insert a keyframe, and Shift T, maybe move it to the front of the scene. Don't think that looks very good, but I, and then Shift T to move it back. We can change the color if you really want. Yuck, that looks horrible, but it'll work. And then hopefully we should see that animated all the way through. Now you'll see the whole scene has a blue light. That's because I didn't put a keyframe at the beginning. Let's go from red at the beginning, I to insert that keyframe. And we should have some dynamic lighting in our scene. The colour of your lighting affects the mood. The position of the lighting affects the vulnerability of your subject. It's the simplest thing that you can do to add to the professionalism of your scene if you take some time to put the lights in the right place.